kind of forgot to start out here, so you didn't see anything, right? But now you can come in. Now it's okay to come in. It's fine now. Just act like you didn't see nothing, because you didn't. Let's be real. Alright. I am tired today. Got my coffee. I'm ready to do some goddamn Crash Team Racing, though, while we talk about FNAF theories for the next hour. Hello, everybody. Welcome in, welcome in. Get comfy. Switch right over, shall we? Just relaxing, getting cozy in the toaster. How we doing? Honestly, Alonzo, I've been there. I feel for you. Wish y'all best of luck and quick healing to the little one. What's my favorite FNAF character? Captain Foxy, next question. So, second stream we get to see live. Love this format. Well, I'm glad you do. Yeah, we have to start a little early because we have to end a little early. So this stream's going to be over at 12:30. Video's going to go live at 12:30. I have somewhere to be at 1, unfortunately. So we're just going to be here. That's rough seen a bit. As far as questions today go, as far as like the questions I'm most capable of answering right now, today's video is all about like how possession works and in the different forms it takes, but specifically focusing on the lore from Fazbear Frights. So things like agony, remnant, possession, transformation, things like that. So ideally, questions on that would be great. Because that's what I just finished reading Felix the Shark like less than a week ago. So I'm right off the edges of Fazbear Frights. Could you play Bayman 6 on Monday or Wednesday so you can play Bayman 7 on day 1? Oh, I guess I should, shouldn't I? No, you know what? Better idea. I'm going to look up how to play 2 games at once, and we will do Bayman 6 and 7 at the same time on Friday. That sounds really funny. Does it come out on Friday? Did you hear about the FNAF 2 movie casting for an important male character? I did not. My Twitter timeline has been clogged with something else that we will not be discussing because I'm tired of hearing about it.
PJPSC 2000 just followed on Twitch.
Thank you for the Twitch follow. A little weird we got it now. Play Ryan's World Kart? No. Bayman 7 comes out on Friday? Alright, we'll try. What about Dishwashing Simulator? We'll push it to Wednesday. So we'll do... Ah, shit, I gotta do a Minecraft stream next week, though. There's too much shit I gotta be playing. Because I have to... I want to do them... I need to do another Minecraft stream. I want to do at least one a week. I want to continue Dishwashing Simulator. I want to play more Another Crab's Treasure. Bayman 7 comes out. I guess Another Crab's Treasure can wait. So I guess what we'll do Dishwashing Simulator, Minecraft, and then we'll do Ban on Friday. And if anyone wants the thrilling continuation of Dishwashing Simulator, you better follow both channels or follow me on Twitch so you don't miss it. Xenobitten, you are correct. I'm just glad I was right all along that it was probably fake. And if it wasn't fake, it doesn't matter. Because Scott was like, I've never seen that shit before. Cool. So I get to stop thinking about it forever. Love that. I do very briefly mention it in the video. Because, like, in today's video, of course, the way the timing of the universe works. All of this shit goes down this week. And in today's video, I talk about Dr. Talbert. Because I'm talking about Fazbear Frights. But when I bring up Dr. Talbert, I literally say something along the lines of like, and this will be the only thing named Talbert we bring up at all on this channel. Got it? I'm so sick and tired of hearing about it. What even is it? You're better off not knowing because it doesn't matter. Dum Dum, are you talking about the gun thing? We already played around with that. Do you look at the accessibility in Another Crowd's Treasure? We already have done the gun accessibility, unless there's other stuff I don't know about. So we don't have Blue Flame. We might fuck up this shortcut, but we might as well try it, right? Up. Huge. Blue Flame is the only guarantee. Other than that, Sacred Flame, which is what I have, is very tricky. Don't blame me, yeah. I was like, I don't want it to cover it. It doesn't matter. It's probably fake, and it made everybody's lives really annoying for like 3 days. And if I rant about it, annoying people will be mad about it. Or be mad at me, so I don't feel like bringing it up. Haven't watched your stream yet, and... Oh, okay. Yeah, watch the Another Crab's Treasure stream. We did it on the second channel, I believe. On Rightoost. Oh, shit. I missed the shortcut. Oh, well. Got a pretty good lead. Not too worried. Shit! Okay, now I'm a little worried. One fear. I hate driving next to other people. We might not get first because there's too many... I had trouble lapping people because I fucked up the shortcut. Could have avoided all this if I didn't fuck up the shortcut, but here we are. Hopefully that hits him. Okay, he's just getting in the tubes now, so I think as long as we don't get, like, hit by something, we've got first in the bag, which is huge. Did times change on rated teams? No, today we shifted it a half hour early because I have to end the half hour. For my D's post, however, I was talking about it. It sounds really dumb. It's just not worth it. Side Squatch video going over the whole thing. All right, watch that then, I guess. Hold on, I missed a picture. That seems like today's topic. On the subject of agony and Remnant, have you ever wondered how the classic animatronics have no endos in FNAF 3? Except for Classic Foxy, who has his hook hand in the parts office in the box. Or in the parts box in the office. To clarify, I think the costumes and the partial endo arm of Foxy could imply phantoms or agony beings rather than fractures of Remnant. I think it's possible. I guess the issue is thinking about how the only examples we have of Remnant and agony doing things, the phantoms feel more like agony manifestations than they do Remnant. Because I feel like, have we seen Remnant manifest into spirits like that before? I don't believe so. So I think agony or literally hallucinations are our two best options. Do you think they'll ever add possessed animatronics back, or is it all just AI now? I think there's, gonna be real. I think there's a lot of agony currently, and that is still possession. So I think you are underselling how many spirits are still within the story. Oh yeah, May the 4th, I guess. Do you think Jake bringing the happiest memory of the man he's attending, being described as floating like a balloon, reeks of happiest day imagery? Oh yeah, Bolt Indy. I touch on it briefly in today's video. I go really into it next week. I think the idea of Jake, like, expanding positive memories to have people find peace, I think that method is exactly what we see in Happiest Day, and I think that method is exactly what we see in FNAF World. I think 100% on that. I touch on it in today's video, but I really go into it, because today's video isn't really about Jake or Andrew or the characters. It's just about Agony and Remnant, and like, if there's character-specific stuff, I save that for next week. And in next week, when I talk about Jake, I go into that more. I never thought about that, Benton. The selection of animatronics in FNAF 3 has always been very interesting. And it's one of those things that's early enough in the franchise. It's like, okay, is the selection this way because Scott liked those characters in the moment and thought it was cool? Or looking back, has he retroactively explained these are the characters most associated with Agony? Right? Because it's Chica, it's FNAF 1 Chica, FNAF 2 Foxy, Mangle Puppet. Is it Withered Freddy? I don't actually remember. I think it's Withered Freddy. And Balloon Boy's a strange one, though, because Balloon Boy's never been associated with Agony. You know, genuinely, part of me wonders if it's less that it's agony from these spirits and these animatronics, and more so William's agony manifesting at Michael using hallucinations that are familiar to him. Right? Because Agony, and I go into it today, Agony has a similar ability to Remnant, where Remnant is able to amplify positive memories inside of someone to help them find peace. Agony is able to do the opposite with negative emotions to, like, mentally trap them and fuck them. So I wonder if it's less that these spirits have their own, like the Phantoms, right? I wonder if it's less that the Phantoms are Agony manifestations of the spirits within FNAF 3, or more so, that the Phantom animatronics are Agony manifestations of Michael's memory thrown at him by William to try to throw him off. I think that might be more likely. Minus a leg, fair. In what we found, the hallucinations are traumatizing people from Hudson's past. You know, that's what Phantoms on FNAF 3. Exactly. That's a great point. What we found. I always forget about what we found, to be honest. But exactly, right? That it's William using the agony of himself to amplify traumatizing moments in Mike's past against him. And I think that what we found backs that up, and the abilities of Agony back that up. You know, classic Chica appearing as a Phantom would imply Michael finds her creepier than Withered Chica. This is kind of funny. Interesting point with the William point. Haven't read what we found since it released, so I didn't consider that. Yeah, I just kind of forget about what we found, kind of. What are your thoughts on Candy Cadet having the Mimic program? Why would it? It doesn't move. Do we have any evidence pointing to that? One of the bits in today's theory... Can I raise my arms or am I sweaty? I can raise my arms. One of the bits in today's theory that I think people are going to laugh at, and I agree, not in a good way, it's the last thing I bring up. And I preface in today's theory like, hey, this is probably wrong, you know? But I think it's... I didn't point this out in the video. Keep in mind, and I'll say this in chat, I think it's a good exercise to show, like, sometimes, even if you have evidence, you can come to a wrong conclusion. Because I don't think the last thing I say in the video is correct. But, and I say, I don't think it's likely, but it is evidence-backed. So I think it's a good exercise to show, like, hey, sometimes you can fully evidentiarily prove a claim. Alright, that fucking sucked for me. Thanks, lag. It's alright, we'll make it up. I love this map. Sometimes you can evidentiarily back a incorrect claim. That is a thing you can do. It's very possible. And I think that last thing I say in today's video is a good example of that. I won't say what it is for spoilers, but if you follow me on Twitter, I've said it publicly on Twitter. Lost Blue Flame, we actually might get to catch up. Ah, I missed it. Pretty clear. Okay, that was good. We didn't fully catch up, but we got a good ways from third. Second's probably in the bag unless we really mess up. So I really had to focus on there. Those are logical fallacies. Not necessarily. I think it's just one of those things where you can prove something. You can, like, use evidence to get to a conclusion, but then you have to stand back and be like, is this conclusion correct? Right? The thing with FNAF, the information in it is so vague and piecemeal that you can come to a lot of conclusions. And then sometimes you have to step back and be like, and use logic and be like, okay, I've come to this conclusion. I've proven this conclusion. Is it likely now? Is this the intended conclusion? Or have I made something else? Right? I think a perfect example of this that isn't today's... This is not what I'm saying in today's video. I think a perfect example of this... Oh, excuse me. Is things like... Honestly, I won't tease it out. There's only like a couple hundred of you here. 100 or so. I don't know. I can't see view count right now. I'll do a minor spoiler. It's talking about kids at play. And if you've never read that story, in that story, a guy literally turns into a hazard sign. So that's evidence that in FNAF, there are instances where people can be turned into hazard signs. Can anyone in chat think of an instance in Five Nights at Freddy's where there's hazard signs that seem to be alive in some sense, where like have some weird soul shit going on about them? People are coming to that conclusion, right? Now, here's the thing. We've got good... The kids at play is good evidence to make that assumption. Let's take a second. Do we think it's at all likely that that is true? Probably not. Like, narratively, why would that make any sense? But it's possible. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things where, like, it's
MD
good, it's fun
Switchy
to
became
do the
a
mental
member.
experience.
MD Switchy celebrates 13 months of membership. The best and toastiest YouTuber on Rye in this platform is you. Also, do you like fried chicken?
Thank you for the 13 months. Very kind. And of course I do. I've got red blood and I'm still breathing, aren't I? Fried chicken is delicious. But I think it's a good mental exercise. And it's fun to do. But I think it's also good to, like, step back and be like, okay, but is this likely? I think Sickers maybe might come back since they've been hinting at Sister Location. Yeah, there's been a lot of Sister Location and Circus Baby hints in the past, like, year or two. So either Circus Baby is coming back, or if we are getting a Fall Fest game, I think Circus Baby will be involved. And I think that's an easy call there. Agony could explain a lot about the weird shit in Frights. Into the Pit, Spring Bonnie's Black Tear track. Agony. Bob punching liquid out of Ralpho. Agony. The weird cold that cursed Fox soon step closer. Agony. Yeah, no, that's like the majority of Fazbear Fright stories have some kind of agony involved. Here's my take. I don't think Oswald ever actually goes back in time in Into the Pit. I don't know if this is a hot take or not. I don't think Oswald goes back. So Into the Pit is Oswald goes back in time and sees the missing child incident, the result of it, and then Spring Bonnie follows him out. I do not think he's actually going back in time at all during those moments. I think he is going in the ball pit that we know is pretty much that in the stories is confirmed to be filled with the agony of, like, many different victims, right? I think he goes into that ball pit and the agony gives him those memories and allows him to be in the space of those memories. Because, like, when the detective, when Larson is put under, like, Eleanor's like, hey, I'm trapping you in, like, horrible memories of me killing people. He's able to move around and interact. He fucking kills Eleanor in one of her memories. So, like, I just genuinely think Oswald is being put in the memories of the missing child victims. The missing child incident victims. I think that makes the most sense within the I'll tell you what, it makes more sense than, I know it's a fun meme, I don't think there's genuinely a time-traveling ball pit in Five Nights at Freddy's. I think Oswald is experiencing the memories of victims of their agony by being in that ball pit. And to the outside world, he goes into a ball pit and just, like, takes a nap or something. I don't know. The shortcuts in this game are so goddamn fun. This track is rough because of this, like, angular corkscrew. This is really hard to maintain a drift and a boost on. Like, skill issue, I get it. But come on. Holy shit, I hit him with something. Tell me I hit him twice. I did. Oh, okay. It's my game to lose now. I panicked a little bit. Oh, I threw. I panicked and I threw. Oh, man. All right. That's what I get for panicking. Agony-induced psycho... Yeah, agony-induced psychometry, pretty much. All right, North Bear Gaming, don't leave us hanging. What's going to happen in the next FNAF game? Your headcanon is that he hit his head at the bottom pit and had a weird dream? I mean, you know, if you're already okay with it being a dream, then that is just agony. Like, he doesn't need to have hit his head. It could just be an agony-induced dream.
Mate, you call that racing?
Xenobit, I'm gonna be so real. I don't think Steel Wool has any executive decisions on the story. I think they can workshop it out with Scott, but the idea that you would say Steel Wool retcon something, Steel Wool does not have that ability. I guarantee you that. Goes in line with how Talbert describes his remnant possessing metal, the metaphor of water conducting electricity. I do talk about that today. Why are there cars and midnight motorists driving on the left side of the road? That's the only way of getting it. Because midnight motorist is happening from the perspective of a drunk driver, and he cannot correctly recount the memories. Genuinely, that's not far off. No, I think it's just because you were playing a video game. Hi, honey. Yeah, I think the Jacko animatronics and the Jacko animatronics being linked with the fire of Fall Fest, I think does make a lot of sense. I see. Okay. Wouldn't the crying child's agony stain Fredbear? What would that entail? Well, I guess we don't know for sure it has to stain the outside. The inside of Golden Freddy has always been a void. Right? The inside of Golden Freddy has always been pitch black. So that could be the agony there. I still do think, look, I've read all of Fazbear Frights. I still think the Stitch Wraith is meant to inform us about Golden Freddy. I still think that's true. Sorry. I guess spoiler alert. I said this on Twitter and in the podcast, but spoiler alert, I guess. I don't think the Stitch Wraith is in the games. I'm not a Stitch Line games guy. So is Golden Freddy a ghost or not? If so, how does he change designs in FNAF 1 and 2? It's a good question. I think Golden Freddy... It's hard to tell for sure, right? Because we have instances of Golden Freddy being like a vision, and we have instances of Golden Freddy literally like basically teleporting. Because like in the Silver Eyes, I would argue Golden Freddy is teleporting. Right? Because multiple people see him in the closet, and then he's gone. But is that him giving a vision to multiple people? I don't know. It would be. I feel like it would be weird for multiple people to hallucinate the exact same thing. Ah, shit. Hey, Grub, welcome in. That's the thing, Robin S. Not only is this happening, this is not even Mario Kart. This is Crash Team Racing. A game that, look, I love Mario Kart. Crash Team Racing is much faster, if you couldn't tell. Doesn't make sense if Jeremy can see him. Shit. Oh, for FNAF 2, you're saying. Well, you say that. In my timeline, Jeremy Fitzgerald is the Bonnie bully. So that being said, the crying child would have a reason to also reach out to Jeremy Fitzgerald. Because even if it's like, not even like I'm going to reach out to all my bullies, but just in the sense of like Jeremy Fitzgerald and Michael Afton being close friends, the crying child would likely already know Jeremy Fitzgerald as well. Wow. I did not see that at all. It blended in with the green waterfalls like perfectly. That's really funny. I see Monty having some fun on Roxy Raceway. Yeah, just imagine we're playing as Montgomery Gator, and then that way it's FNAF again. I'm telling you, Faz Karts, look, the driving in Faz Karts is a little rough around the edges, and the kart selection is rough. Faz Karts, I'm begging you on my knees. Update your game, make it really fun. I would, if there was like a genuinely fun and very replayable FNAF-themed kart racer, I'll play it once a week. I guarantee you. I love kart racers. Yeah, I want more spin-offs. Give me more like fun spin-offs. Then I'm the kind of guy who like, one of my favorite types of anime is slice of life. I like downtime stuff. So like spin-offs, slice of life. I like seeing the characters interact. It's like official fan fiction. Fast Karts is a thing. I know Fast Karts is a thing. I like Fast Karts. But last time I played it, there was only 3 tracks, and the driving was a little rough around the edges. So if they tighten those mechanics and make more tracks, I'm all about it. Just confused why Golden Freddy would change his appearance, even though both Mike and Jeremy have seen Fredbear. That I don't know. Genuinely, Fazbear, that might be indie game dev stuff. That might be inconsistencies where at the time Scott was just making cool designs and retroactively he had to explain it, and that's something he couldn't think of a good explanation for. So that's something the indie game dev got wrong in the post Help Wanted Five Nights at Freddy's timeline. You know what I mean? I want a better golf minigame? True. Did you watch the new Digital Circus episode? I did. I won't spoil it because it came out like literally yesterday. Really good episode, really solid. I already loved the pilot, and I also loved this. Like, I'm liking the dynamics that are showing up, and I like how dynamic the characters are being, where they're not all just one personality type. They've got a few different things going on. Ironically, Ragatha seems to be like one of the less dynamic characters because she is so like, I am the anchor here. I am going to be positive. I will help out the people around me. Which, like, that's fine. But it's funny that, like, a lot of the other characters who you would assume to be one note, like Gangle, like Zubul, like Kinger, like these guys, they are showing to be more dynamic than we gave them credit for. So I am actually very excited to see where the show goes. I'd argue that Fredbear's most canon-looking design is the visual of him from the new kid in the Ultimate Guide. Let me pull up that picture. Let's see what image you're talking about. Oh, this one. Hold on. I saw like the thumbnail. I didn't get it fully pulled up. I actually haven't watched Murder Drones yet. It's on my list to watch. Like, I know I'll probably like Murder Drones. A lot of people I respect the opinion of really like it, so I'm very interested in seeing what it has to offer. But I have not actually like sat down and watched it yet. I would argue the most canon design of Fredbear we have is probably Ultimate Custom Night Death Coining Golden Freddy. I think that Fredbear jump scare is probably the closest thing we have to a canon Fredbear design. Although it's pretty slim, which is the weird thing, right? Because in all of the like other references of Fredbear, he's very portly. Like he's a big guy. So the one in Ultimate Custom Night is kind of just like FNAF 1 Freddy, but recolored. And you'd think he'd be more portly, because like all the art in game of Fredbear is very portly, and then like the one in the Happiest Day mini games in FNAF 3, the sprite of him is very portly. So you would think he'd be like a big guy, kind of like a Bear in the Big Blue House type bodybuilding. Ah, I lost my blue flame already. Although the question for that then becomes like, is that his design since always, or is that the felt suit design? You know, and when they animatronicked him, they slimmed him down a bit. I don't know. What if it's a case of Scrunkly Dave Miller? I don't think Peter Griffin William Afton is canon. I refuse. Besides, Ding Dong the Witch is dead. We don't have to worry about that art anymore. Anyway, let's see the new kid Ultimate Guide picture. Here we go. That is a pretty good... I mean, that's also very similar to the Ultimate Custom Night Death Coin, right? Where it's like the purple hat, purple bow tie, and other than that, just yellow Freddy. I think that does make a lot of sense. Hey, Charlie Carr. Do we think his eyes are gold like in the FNAF 4 minigames, or turquoise like in FNAF 3? I would lean more towards FNAF 1. Personally. Because if you're talking about the FNAF 4 minigames, right, they're so low res that it's harder to keep things consistent. Do you think Purple Freddy being a suit in the movie helps with everyone worn it before the games? I do. I don't know if it proves it, but I think it's good evidence for it. Do you recommend playing Help Wanted before Help Wanted 2? I think it does help. I don't think it's necessary. But Help Wanted is like the first time we see glitch traps, so you might be confused as to some of the things you'll see in Help Wanted 2 without playing Help Wanted 1. I don't think you need to, though. Goes along with how other versions of Freddy have blue eyes. True. Really hope we see Fredbear in one of the movies so we can get an accurate design. Right, the closest we got in the movies was Golden Freddy. Which is Yellow Freddy. Does possession ever even happen in FNAF? I never see animatronic really controlled by kids except in Fourth Closet. I just can't believe Susie loves eating trash. That's a fair point. I kind of go into this in the Charlie video, but as far as in-game, I believe FNAF 1 and 2, by that point, the souls have been fragmented enough that the animatronics are given life by the remnant, but there's not enough remnant in the animatronic to fully control it, so it's just acting out animalistically, which is why they attack things that are around. Then FNAF 4, those are a whole nother beast, literally. Sister Location is a similar way, where I think Circus Baby... Circus Baby I think is a perfect example of an animatronic fully possessed. Because Circus Baby, as far as we're aware, has all of Elizabeth Afton's soul inside of her. And as far as we're aware, acts just fully as Elizabeth Afton. So I think Circus Baby is your best example of that. of like a animatronic being fully possessed by someone. And then as far as the Glamrocks go, I do think that it's their personalities are cranked up to like 15 into unhealthy amounts by the glitch trap violence. I think that makes a lot of sense. And then I guess also FNAF 6, right? William Afton and Scrap Baby are also possessed. I mean, all of them are possessed, but those are the most clear examples of like a purposeful and full possession. I thought you were asking I thought you were asking a much harder question. Have we ever seen traditional possession in FNAF, aka a human being possessed by the spirit of something else? In the games, I do not think so. However, I talk about in today's video, in the books, there is an example of a human seemingly being possessed by the spirit or memory of something else. And that's it. Now, technically, it's in a scrapped story, because I'm talking about You're the Band. And that's technically in Felix the Shark, which is the collection of scrapped stories. But I felt it was still important to talk about and bring up, even with the context of it being scrapped. Not to mention the fact that it's literally a story about how a kid gets possessed by wearing the head of Freddy, and then they go to Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, and a night guard named Mike protects them from the marionette. I think that's worth talking about. Maybe Cheek eating trash can be compared to how people binge junk food? Possibly. Does Michael's corpse count as a human being possessed? You know, you're technically correct, which is the best kind of correct. I think I'll give you that one. If the UCN Fredbear design is canon, that would explain why Endo 01 is first and Endo 2 is second. True. I feel like Baby and Sister Location is more of a mix between Baby and Elizabeth based on how she talks in the Ender fight. That is fair. That is fair that it's like Baby and Elizabeth. But what I mean is like Elizabeth is fully within Baby and not fragmented. Like there's a full Elizabeth soul within Circus Baby, which I think would be a very clear cut of this is possession.
Pablo Raul Pereira just gifted 0 memberships.
Well, thank you, Grump. I better be good at this game.
Pablo Raul Pereira gifted Quack Trapper membership.
Where do I see that? I've put more than 150 hours in this game on Switch alone, and I own it on PS4 too, and I played it for 2 years on the PS4. So I better be fucking good at this game. Who do you think the blonde kid is? LM125, I'm going to need you to be a bit more specific. Which blonde kid? Do you mean Ultimate Custom Night blonde kid? I think that's Cassidy. I know that's kind of controversial, I guess. I don't know. I thought it was a pretty self-explanatory thing. It's definitely the Vengeful Spirit. And I try saying Vengeful Spirit in videos to be more... I try saying Vengeful Spirit in videos to be more objective. But I do personally think the Vengeful Spirit is Cassidy. How is that 0? I have no idea, Pablo. The TTS is broken. Anytime somebody gifts any memberships, it just says 0. It's so weird. If Baby and Puppet can change their designs based on if they're possessed, does that mean the classic animatronics are not their original eye colors? You know, Fazbear? That's fully possible. I don't know. I do think that's possible. Crash Racing lore video one? I wish. There's no lore in this game. Crash Bandicoot, what the hell? I thought he died in 2005. Nah, alive and well. Well, okay, I say alive and well. I'm playing Saturday at noon, and on weekends, they give extra bonuses for playing. So this should be the most trafficked moment for Crash Team Racing, is Saturday and Sunday.
Pereira just gifted 0
I'm
memberships.
in a public lobby, and there is one other person in my lobby. Of a max of 8.
Pablo Raul Pereira gifted Feather _ Fantasio membership.
You alone have gifted like at least half of the channel memberships. That is crazy. Thank you so much.
Raul Pereira gifted Pablo Raul Pereira membership. Pablo Raul Pereira gifted Encore Chris a membership.
I'll fry yous.
Most of the animatronics
Pablo
have- most
Raul
of the nightmares
Pereira
have white
gifted
people, so
Mikey Rules 112 a membership.
I even went out of my way for it.
Pablo Raul Pereira gifted Potato No a membership.
This is one of those tracks that's like deceptively hard because there's a lot of like, oh you bastard, shortcuts like that. Somebody trapped the boost path. How dare you? I say somebody, it has to be first place. It sucks that this game is so dead because this is genuinely one of my favorite games of all time, and just nobody plays it. When the servers go down, I'm gonna be distraught. Because it's not on PC, so it's not even like people could just like set up dedicated servers. It's console only. Not even crossplay, I don't think. Mine first? What happened? She must have got like disconnected or something. I'll take it. Yeah, okay, she got disconnected. Hey, I'll take it first place.
Mate, you call that racing?
Sonic Team Racing is dead too and sad, true. Supersonic Racing. Talking about the movie Blonde Kid? Oh, I don't know. I really don't know. I think Ooftrue pointed out to me that like the prop picture they use, you can see very lightly that the face on that picture of the Blonde Kid has been attached to that picture. Like it's a cutout attached on top. So I genuinely am not sure who the Blonde Kid is, but I'm assuming it's going to be some kind of twist. I've been meaning to play Ultra Kill. I haven't yet, though. I got booted out of matchmaking. I don't like that car. That car's really stupid, but it's kind of funny. Alright, we'll get the eyelashes car, I guess. Probably do 1 or 2 more races. Could a kid theoretically possess a tank? Theoretically, but you would probably need a lot of remnant to overpower the tank. How does possession work without Charlie's help? I kind of go into that today. That's kind of the main point of today's video. It essentially, to answer your question with another question, what kind of possession? If we're talking remnant, then either someone needs to die within it, or their remnant needs to be injected into something. Oh yeah, Robin, so the customization in this game is crazy. There's like 50 characters. All of them have like 4 to 10 skins, depending on what character you're talking about. There's like 60 carts or something. On your car, you can customize the pattern and the color pattern. And there's like 100 color patterns. And then you pick a custom wheel. And then, not to mention, there's like stickers, but who cares about those? I'll get the numbers for you after this race, because I might be saying some stuff wrong. But I know this is... The customization in this game is honestly overwhelming. There's like... I rarely say this, there's too much. I think all Ghosts gotta do is have a lot of remnant and agony. Possibly know they've died to find their bodies and remember. Yeah. To be able to control your own spirit, it seems like you need to find your own body or have somebody else find your body. It seems like, especially in Alone Together, they're establishing that if your body is undiscovered, it's very hard to have your memories and like either move on or take control of yourself. Okay, then. Sure. We love when that happens. Do you think Glamrock Bonnie have souls? I don't know. Glamrock Bonnie's an interesting one. I'm still not 100% sure on how I feel about like what happened to Glamrock Bonnie. My best guess is that Glamrock Bonnie tried to do
Pablo Raul
what
Pereira
Glamrock
just
Freddy
gifted
did.
0 memberships.
God damn, Pablo, with another gifted. Very, very kind of you.
Pablo Raul Pereira gifted on EQ Evans a membership.
Or in other words, Glamrock Bonnie walked so Glamrock Freddy could run. But I don't even know if that's accurate or like how I could even find evidence for that. I just don't know why else they would take out Glamrock Bonnie. Unless it's truly random.
Wolf 55
like, there is that
super
possibility
chatted $4.99. What is your opinion on the future of the Glamrock animatronics, particularly Glamrock Freddy and Roxanne Wolf?
I think most of the Glamrocks are done for. I think Freddy, I think his head continues in the narrative. I think the Freddy head will be a recurrent character. Roxy, I have no idea. Genuinely, I do not know. Part of me kind of wants the next villain to be Cassie and Roxy as a dynamic. I think that would be fun. But yeah, so what I was saying, I think my best guess for Glamrock Bonnie is either he tried to do what Glamrock Freddy did and failed, or there's the possibility that it was truly random, because it seems like what happened was the Glamrocks have set personalities, and when Glitchtrap took them over, their personalities increased to unsafe levels. And we know Monty is the aggressive one. So it could have just been Monty was so aggressive he destroyed Bonnie. I don't know. Or it could be Vanny said, hey, we need to take out Bonnie, Monty, you go do that. But then why is the question. We love lag. We got 10 minutes, so we'll focus up on just speed rounding a lot of theories. I just want to showcase the customization real quick. So yeah, there's 56 characters, and they have skins ranging from like 5 skins to 13 skins. So take that, that's already a lot. There's 42 carts, each with, I believe, 4 to 6 like color patterns, 107 wheels, 151 color patterns, 227 stickers. And then there's special carts if you play on PlayStation. It's crazy. You can play as a box. You can play as a box. It's funny, that's also one of the characters you can't buy in the store. You have to unlock this character. But you can play as a box. That was my main for the longest time until I unlocked this skin for Dingo Dow. Alright, let's go back to the bakery. Hello! Alright, let's rapid fire some theories for the last 10 minutes or so. Oh, glad y'all like the transition. What is peak perfect customization if this is too much? I have no idea. It just, as someone who always tries to get people to play this game, almost every time I show them this and people go, oh, okay. And then just pick something and move on. Because there's just, you get overwhelmed. Do you think Michael being a zombie of Remnant would have increased supernatural affinity? Which is why he's able to experience hallucinations such as Golden Freddy and the Phantoms. I think the books nearly prove this. Right? In The Silver Eyes, Carlton gets injected in the heart with Remnant. And immediately after that, he's able to see the missing child incident victims, communicate with them, help them move on, and then survive a fatal injury. What happens to Michael Afton in Sister Location? He gets attacked with a Remnant injector, and then he's able to survive a fatal injury. So what's to say he can't then more strongly connect to spirits? You know what? What does prototype even mean in this situation? The Pizzaplex has been open for years with plenty of endos and Freddy shells. What makes it different from normal Glamrock Freddy? I have no idea. That's one of the big question marks for me. Why does Freddy have a prototype stamp? What does that mean? Is that our Freddy? Is that not our Freddy? Because if it's not our Freddy, why is he in the exact same position and damage as one of the endings? What does that mean? But the question is Michael still Urple or fully healed? That's the fun thing. As much as I love the Urple Michael designs that I've seen in like fan art, I think it's more likely that Michael is fully healed, or at least healed to a living state. Because Remnant has been shown to heal and save people many, many times. So if he's literally been injected with Remnant, I see him just healing, at least to a point of not being Urple. In the movie The Silver Eyes and The New Kid, Golden Freddy is always associated with a blonde boy. So I think the blonde boy is Cassidy, since Cassidy is a gender neutral name. I agree, but also consider, The New Kid associates Golden Freddy with Andrew, who is not a blonde boy, but is the Fazbear Frights version of the Vengeful Spirit. So I think that backs that up further. Right, because when, I don't remember the character's names, but when the character who's looking for the, like, the friend they might have killed, goes, like, digging into Golden Freddy and then gets, like, trapped and dies, as he's getting, like, to the center of Fredbear, he reaches down and he sees black curly hair before dying. That's probably Andrew. So, like, was Andrew killed with was the Vengeful Spirit, is the Vengeful Spirit vengeful because they are killed with a Springlock suit, aka drowning in their own blood, aka Red Lakes, baby. I go into that next week. That's a next week thing. There's also a kid with curly black hair in Into the Pit named Gabriella, so it's possibly it's not Andrew and just another victim of Kelsey's. True, I would... that's a good point. I don't know. I guess the question is, if all we get is curly black hair, what are we supposed to link to? Someone who has not been associated with this story or with Golden Freddy, or someone who has? And that's where I go. Well, Bunny Lilypad, luckily for you, I explain most of the important stories while I talk about them in today's video. Hey, Cheery Pie, here's another one I forgot. I made that whole video on Red Lakes and drowning and stuff. All the comments pointed out to me, hey, dumbass, you remember Cursed Dreadbear from Help Wanted? Where you're literally standing next to a red lake surrounded by dead trees, and Dreadbear walks out of it? Nah, I forgot about that. That's crazy. I talk about it next week, though. How did I come up with the name Rye Toast? Very simple. I didn't. I was called Rye Bread in middle school by people who tried to make fun of me, and I kind of took it and went with it. Because my name is Riley. It's pretty straightforward. Whoa. And I needed a new username because my old username was a pun on my full legal name. I'm like, maybe I shouldn't put that out there. And it's just a good username. It's not. They were not very smart. Here's the thing, Benton. Most bullies, especially middle school bullies, are not smart. Oh no, people remember cringy 9th grade me. I told that story like twice. How do y'all remember that shit? Yeah, I said that. I said that trying to be cool in 9th grade, and I will never, I should not have put that out on the internet. I'm never living that down. One last agony question. Could Nightmare Own be another agony extension of Charlie like Shadow Bonnie? I think that makes sense. Oh, my neck. I think it's also worth calling out that Cassidy's personality in the logbook doesn't match Andrew's in Frights, so I wouldn't be so set on Cassidy and Andrew being parallels. Okay, I don't think Andrew and Cassidy are parallels. I don't think Jake and the Crying Child are parallels. I think Andrew and Jake exist to teach us about Cassidy and the Crying Child. Right? I don't think they're meant to fit one-to-one. But I think the way that Andrew and Jake work, how they interact, and how they got there, is meant to tell us things about about the Crying Child and about Cassidy. That's my main thought process. Hurricane is in Utah, and IRL Utah had heavy rain and flooding in 1983, where Fall Fest took place. I think Fall Fest 70 had a fire, and 83 had bad flooding. It's possible. A bit of a stretch, but I see it. Well, look, it's been fun. The premiere is about to start. So how about we go on over there right now? I will see y'all. I'll be in the chat. And I'll see y'all Monday for either Minecraft or Dishwashing Simulator. I don't know. One of them. It'll be one of them. Unless I can't figure out how to play Ban 6 and 7 at the same time. In that case, then everything will get shifted. We'll find out. Thanks for hanging out. I'll see y'all at the premiere. Bye. Gonna line up the end stream button. Hit end now.